back. So we're currently on board with Mike Stoffmeal. No one's setting too blazing their times currently. John Barker is having a nice lap, but not a particularly blazing one. Let's jump on board with him. Our only runner in the Honda NSX EVO, which I think is a criminally underrated car. Definitely one of the slower entrants as far as top speed goes, but we've seen some people set some pretty astounding laps in this thing. Oh.
What are the advantages of that particular vehicle?
It's a little bit lighter, I think, than most of the other ones, and it seems to corner a bit better. I think more focused on aero downforce and the like. So it generally does better at shorter tracks where the top speed isn't as big of a factor.
So it'd be
Catalunya.
a bad idea to bring it to the Nürburgring.
Yeah, probably. There are better car choices. Catalunya will probably be a mixed bag. We do have the extremely long front straight, but we do have a mix of decreasing radius corners that could help him out there. And he goes in the pits with not enough time to complete his lap. So with that, qualifying's over. Take a look at our timetable. That has made itself really small, apparently. Let's look at our timesheet. We have, of course, Mike Stoffmeal setting a 144 flat.
He's an hour ahead.
Very respectable.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I think that's how that works. Followed closely by Matt Higgs, our defector from the commentary booth.
Traitor.
Followed by Murray Iwanchuk, Christopher Streppin, Wesley Stokes, and Andrew Anderson in the Mclaren teams. John Butler, John Young, Matt Simmons, Wayne Hutchinson, John Barker, I believe. This is
Yeah.
Too many J names. I struggle with all these J's. Dragon Versalico. Was it Sam? Samius? In any case,
Samwise.
I'm gonna figure this out eventually, or maybe not.
Eventually, everybody's name comes up.
Spencer was his name,
there
right?
you go. You wear the suspensors.
See, if I cheat, I can do anything.
Well played.
Well, this is just the perfect place camera, and the helicopter's not doing much better. Why don't we just hop on board with Toby Howard?
Go, Toby, go. Put them all on the wall.
So we got a full 17 racer field. 2 minutes 20 left for them to gather their nerves and plan the demise of each other.
The Tobias refers to his car as the Grape Ape.
That is an excellent observation. I'm not sure if apes are usually also green, but
It depends on which cartoons you're watching.
that's true. That's true. And the camera's sitting over here. So there's going to be some interesting battles. Like I said, last time we practiced, Matt Higgs was doing very well on his own against, holding his own very well, rather, against Mike Stoffmeal. coming off of the last race, Murray Iwanchuk isn't is the only. Who was he fighting with last race? I believe it was Navone, Ricardo Navone.
That's very possible.
He's not present in this race, unfortunately. They had a very tough race last time at the Nürburgring. It's a shame that they won't be together again. My 1-2 pairing is split. Sad.
Womp, womp, womp.
Yep. I'll have to go drink my sorrow away.
I mean, that's definitely an option.
Always an option. In any case, we do have some newcomers. Dragan Versalco, I believe is how you pronounce that again. And Spencer Samios. So it'll be interesting to get some new blood into this mix. We're about to start our formation lap, only 10 seconds to go on that. Kind of curious as to what those little bars on the left next to the manufacturer icons are.
I could not tell you even a little bit. Maybe they got hit points.
Could be.
Hit point meter. The Grape Ape struggling to keep up.
Great pit starts. Okay, let's take a look at the front of the field. I think a helicopter is better.
They should have like actual helicopter sounds.
They do.
Oh,
it's pretty quiet, and it's not really, it's not exactly out of a war movie, but there is some noise.
Should be able to turn up the helicopter sound specifically and turn everything else down, so it feels like
Should play some. Yes, it's a Michael Bay film now.
Everything explodes. Everything's on fire.
I mean, if you think about it, everything is always exploding. That's how an engine works.
You're not wrong.
Mike Stoffmeal wanting to get the race started already. He's way out in front on this formation lap. I'm not... Yeah, maybe he should slow down a bit.
Nope. Million miles an hour. Go.
I'm not sure... Unless we are missing that the race has started, but no, they're on a formation lap, so... Just, I don't know if he's showing off or what, but kind of needs to wait up for the rest of the pack. Looks like people in the back are getting kind of a little bit...
A little
strung out.
I always forget that they don't start these at like a start line type scenario.
Yeah. Me too. Okay, there we go. We're slowing down a bit. Coming to turn 13, I believe. Yep. That raises kind of an interesting point. I don't think there is a speed limit on these formation laps, but there's, obviously the pole sitter will be the fastest.
Mm-hmm.
In any case, here we are rounding the last corner. We have flags up and green flags waving. That is the start to round 4 of the ESR GT3 Series at Catalunya. Or Barcelona. Whatever.
The Barcelona wine mixer.
So coming to the first corner, Mike Stoffmeal is taking a wide line, trying to cut off Higgs, and it's working pretty well.
Heck yeah.
Higgs not happy about that. Looks like we're coming into some turbulence at the back. Let's see if we can follow along with these guys. Let's go on board with Murray Iwanchuk. Iwanchuk and Verstappen having a nice battle. Now it's trying to go around the outside. That's a dangerous move on these large corners like turn 3. This wasn't going to happen here. Not Bentley, especially not being the best to navigate these corners with. Looks like he had some problems at the back. John Picha and Samios, I keep forgetting his name. Which have been shuffled around a bit. Suspenders Samios? I like it.
Suspenders Samwise.
Samwise. Alright. If you watch this, Samios, I do not endorse Byron's naming conventions.
Very well. I mean,
Just like
actually,
the.
I do get a lot of endorsements from people and things. Now that I'm thinking,
Okay, never mind then.
jump on board.
Jump on board, yes sir. Looks like still pretty even at the top here. Murray Iwanchuk following Matt Higgs on the last turn. Looks like the rearview mirror isn't quite showing everything it should. Let's hop a couple cars back. Here we are with Andrew Anderson. Yes, that's correct. Finishing lap 1. Coming into turn 1. Actually a pretty uneventful lap 1, I must say. Even though we've had a little bit of action, it's not been super explosive, shall we say. Actually looks to be a little conflict evolving between Car Heroes and Javier Torres. Let's hop over seeing them.
I guess in the Discord channel, but don't see. Is his cousin racing?
Uh-oh. Looks like Javier had a little off. Let's take a look at that again.
Oh,
Oh, just oversteered it slightly.
Javier, what the hell?
Wow. Owen Wilson, I mean.
Wow.
Oh no, I said Williams. Wow. Wow.
Have you seen the weightlifter gif? This chick's lifting like...
I have not.
So this chick's basically deadlifting a shitload of weight, and somebody's
Nice,
gone
that's
ahead
hot.
and replaced the weights on both sides with Owen Wilson's head.
Owen Wilson?
And he's just,
Oh my
every time
gosh.
she like gets to the apex of the lift, he's like, wow, and then sets it down.
Wow.
And then it just loops. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I must say, I don't know what I expected out of the internet.
Indeed. And there's also the Puma. Have you seen the Puma?
I have not.
So there's a Puma.
Apparently I've been missing out on these Owen Wilson memes.
Exactly. There's this Puma that sounds a lot like Owen Wilson saying wow. It's just saying, it's going wow. But it sounds like wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, got it.
So
that's kind of awesome.
I'll take clips of this Puma going wow. And then something from an Owen Wilson movie where he goes wow. And we'll just splice that together for a bunch. I'll find all these.
All right. Yeah, that I would love to see that. That actually sounds funny. Anyway, here we are on board with Murray Iwanchuk, still in third, trying to reel in Matt Higgs. Oh, going a little wide on turn 4, I believe this is. Yep. It'd be interesting to see how he can make this happen, because Higgs has shown himself to be very consistent, if nothing else. And he's generally pretty fast to boot.
There is one surefire way to get all the way around Matt Higgs, and that is to put it in the ball.
Yes, that's true. I feel like that works on most people.
Well, I mean, yeah. I don't know why, but the song Peaches by the Presidents of the United States of America is going through my head nonstop right now.
Is it because of Mr. Peacha?
Could be.
Speaking of, where is that guy?
Gonna eat me a lot.
Gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country. Gonna eat me. Oh, looks like Max Simons. Apologies. And Car Heroes are going at it.
Yep.
Heroes tried to execute a pass last turn. Did not have the pace to make it, but that's not to say he won't try again soon.
I do like Juanito Pichador's graphics. I like that livery. That's pretty cool.
The green Aston Martin?
No, am I looking at the wrong? Because we're looking at Max right there. The one right behind him is Picha.
Picha, no, that's Car Heroes.
Oh.
Car Heroes is driving the McLaren.
They flip-flop.
Yeah.
Yeah, Car Heroes is one. Who's a juke car hero?
It's fine, get in line. Sorry, I don't actually know the words of that song, but I know kind of how it goes.
Stuff up. Who's a juke car
Blah, blah, blah.
hero?
Oh. Now we have Javier Torres again coming under fire, this time from Samios.
Javier.
Where are we? Javier, what are you doing? You must drive the car faster. And now entering turn 4. We got a nice little battle brewing between Javier Torres, Car Heroes, John Picha, and Mr. Samios. Oh, Samios executing a pass against Javier. Very clean. Like Javier just went a little too wide.
Well, that's because he is very intoxicated.
I can't confirm nor deny.
I can neither confirm nor not confirm.
That is also true. Anyway, Torres wanting to get that spot back. Not super happy about that.
No spot for you.
No spot for you, but looks like he's not able to claw it back quite yet. I'm not familiar with the way the Aston Martin drives, but the Mercedes is pretty deadly around most tracks.
Indeed.
Although they're both fighting Car Heroes, and oh, looks like Samius executing a pass. Torres almost going for the same pass, and just sliding a little bit to get rid of that. Let's have a replay of that. Yeah. Coming around the side corner and just getting a little bit too angsty out of that corner, and
he went a little
there we go. Yeah, it's true.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that Mike's cousin is racing it, and it's probably Dragon.
You think so?
That's my guess, because there's no other reason
I believe it
for Magus to be in the ACC and not doing commentary with us, unless he's very petty.
Oh, he's got a axe to grind.
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
I mean, unless he's made one up.
It could be. I'd do it.
Just for fun.
Yeah, why not? Revenge is always nice to get, but in order to have revenge, you need to have a reason to have it.
You just go through your life doing total pro wrestling shit. I'm just gonna.
Yeah. I'm not gonna stand for this stuff meal. I'll see you in the cage.
Hell yeah.
The racing cage, I guess.
Hell
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't think that went through very well.
They do like those, like the motorbike stunt people at the.
Oh yeah, what is that?
The little tight little barrel shaped whatever it is at high speed and just stay on along the wall.
That's always been amazing to me. I've never understood how they're able to. I mean, I get the principle, but man, how do you practice that? Like, they don't start out that good.
What do you just like dig a real weird hole in the ground and start fucking around on the farm?
Yeah, but then obviously, no one starts out good at anything, so you gotta practice, and you're gonna fail. How many times are you gonna land on your head before you realize this isn't for me, man?
I saw one time where it was basically a big steel mesh sphere, and I had at least 3 guys on dirt bikes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
One guy was doing flips.
I've seen one of those.
It was pretty maniacal.
I've seen one where they were like the guys were perfectly opposite each other on the sphere, and he was and they were like reaching their hands up, and they grabbed each other's hand. It was really it's kind of amazing. I don't understand how they did that.
And then the Titanic song played.
Yeah.
That would be the best.
Wherever you are, I'm Celine Dion.
That's correct.
This is my song.
I thought it was hilarious that I heard to do the song for Deadpool 2, and it's actually.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
I see the video because it's basically clips from the movie, and what was it called? Out of Into Ashes, Out of Ashes, something about ashes, and it's just like clips of the movie and her singing on stage, and then Deadpool gets on stage wearing like heels and strutting around and dancing and stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I think it was one of the stuntmen from the movie who was actually doing the Deadpool dance on stage, because
oh really?
I don't think all the things that Ryan Reynolds is totally awesome at, I don't know if dancing's one of them.
I believe that.
I don't have proof.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna go with
some people are weirdly good at dancing,
yeah.
And if anyone's gonna be weirdly good at anything, it's Ryan Reynolds.
That is correct, but that's borderline cheating, though. I mean, you can't be that good.
That's
looking,
true.
That funny, and to be able to dance also.
I mean, someone has to be good at everything,
I
right?
suppose.
There's so many
I
people.
mean, there was Fred Astaire. Maybe he's the new Fred Astaire.
Who could be? Spencer Samius crossing the line for lap 6. Trying to make a pass on Giampicha. Cutting on the inside. Not that hard, though. Doesn't quite have the run that he needs. Oh, but Picha running a little wide on turn 2. But then setting up for the turn 3. Trying to go around the outside is not smart just because of how long it is. First of all, long. And it's just not going to happen. Although Picha going pretty wide himself. That can be a strategy if you want to prevent someone from getting a run on you into turn 5, but looks like we just got a bunch of chaos brewing.
I enjoy the chaos. Embrace the chaos.
As do we all. As do we all. Looks like there's a slight hint at a battle coming between Murray Iwanchuk and Matt Higgs. We're crossing the line already. Wow, there's been quite a split already. So this is an hour-long race, so I believe this is the only race in this round.
I believe so. If not, I drastically underestimated my alcohol content and, gonna be disappointed.
You underestimated it?
Yeah, I underestimated how much I did not do my fuel calculations correctly. Sorry.
Oh, I see. Okay, I get it. That makes sense.
My bad.
Yeah, me too. Gotta say, if we're doing two races, I'm woefully under-equipped. And also, I don't have enough alcohol. Hey!
So there'd be a lot of rubber laid down on that particular bumper there.
Oh, yeah.
The track.
That's a really popular one to cut. Oops, my bad. Hit the wrong button.
That's alright. It's always good to see Tobias creeping up and trying to harpoon people.
And I lost all my names in the director tool, but I think this is John Barker. There
Correct.
we are. Okay.
I wonder how many legal laps Max has put down yet, if any.
Legal laps.
Yeah. I seem to remember there was one particular one he took part in a week or 2 weeks ago, and he had like 0 legal laps.
Really?
Yeah.
I believe it. Well, there's quite a few battles brewing. John Barker and Dragon Verselko. This is one we're currently looking at. Porsche is never a car I've really analyzed too much, but it seems to hold its own in pretty much every circuit, so might just be kind of one of those general all-rounders.
I'm just waiting for the John Deere 500.
Me too. I don't know what that is, but it sounds fun. Popping on board with James Butler versus Wesley Stokes. I don't think we've seen Stokes in a McLaren yet, have we? I think, wasn't he driving a Bentley? I believe he's driving a Bentley. Anyway.
You're asking the wrong motherfucker.
Not super important. It's okay, I forgive you. For being the wrong... No, I'm just kidding. Really interesting. We've seen drivers take a lot of different lines around this course, and while it's a very tricky course, there's a lot of different ways to take it. I kind of expected everyone to be a little more consistent. Ooh, Wesley Stokes going way out in the bushes.
That's perfect opportunity to nail him and claim that the pit maneuver was a total accident and mostly his fault.
I can't confirm, but I'll take your word for it. Looks like we got pretty similar battles popping up between 3 or 4 different groups. We got Max Simons versus Johnny Young. Just finishing lap 9 or lap 8. I don't know. You're lap 9.
Lap 74.
Who cares? Could be. Now popping back up with Marie and Matt. Still hanging on, Murray is. They've gone back and forth, it seems, this entire race, and I wonder who's gonna give out first, because I almost wonder if Matt is trying to push and keep Stoff Wheel in his side, so it doesn't seem like that's happening too much.
I blame race marshals.
I blame Obama. Thanks, Obama.
Harsh but fair.
Is it? Looks like Toby Howard has found himself down 3 laps. Maybe he had an accident or something. I'm not sure.
He may, in fact, have been the thing.
It's certainly possible.
We have no time on Mr. Wayne Hutchinson.
It's true, it's true. Let's take a look, see. Oh, that's probably because nothing's happening, it seems.
That may very well be true.
Let's see. Looks like all the usual suspects are up to their usual business. You got Max Simons, James Butler. It's James, right? Or is it no John? Yeah, James. Okay. I struggle so hard with names, man. It's a wonder how I'm able to survive in society at all.
Just stick with last names, because those are right there.
Yeah, it's true. Eventually I'll learn, and then I'll forget, and I'll have to relearn it.
Everybody with a J is Julio now.
Julio Butler, Julio Young. Julio Perez Torres actually makes sense. Max Simons. Coming up on John Young. Although we've had a lot of guys real close to each other this whole race, not too much back and forth that we're kind of used to seeing.
No, if you got a longer kind of lap time, it tends to string the combatants out.
Understandable.
Almost wonder if
the drivers are a little bit less familiar with this track. It seems that we've got a bunch of different kind of styles and lines kind of showing through in the strategy here.
Yeah, I know that Javier was saying in chat that he wanted, like, he didn't think he had enough practice time or didn't ever get to practice on this track, so who knows?
Oh, Spencer Samius and Car Heroes. Looks like they just Spencer just made a pass. Let's take a look at that again. Not much to be said there. Although Hero's still on him, not wanting to relinquish that spot too quickly.
He is the super duperest of heroes.
Gotta say, well, I like the purple or the orange on the Mclaren. I'm not sure if the shade of purple that goes with the orange is I'm a big fan of.
Well, that's because you're a bad person.
That's true. That's very true. If I remember right, at least at Zalder, he was running the McLaren Shadow Project livery. I like that one. This one's okay. Looks like Butler is having a fight of his own with a McLaren. Wesley Stokes holding him off through turn 11. Ooh, Stokes struggling through the last chicane. Butler going very wide, trying to make the most use out of turn 16. Now we get to see which car is faster in a straight line. Looks like the Mclaren is actually pulling up a pretty strong effort. Looks like Chuck and Higgs are really fighting now.
Put him in the wall.
Put him in the wall, indeed. Except for don't tell him I said that. It was all you.
Correct. Just voice modulating.
Yeah. It was Siri. Siri did it. Nope, getting a little loose on corner exit. Interesting to see the sister cars of the Lamborghini Huracan and the Audi R8 battling. Don't see a lot of them fighting that often, which is strange considering they're basically the same car.
That is a bit strange.
I'm not entirely sure, but I assume there is a pit stop. It needs to be done at some point.
With only an hour, I don't know. I guess it depends on the individual driver and or happenstance.
That's true. Kind of surprised I haven't seen the window open yet, so maybe there isn't one.
Maybe somebody, as a prank, just closed the pits.
Could be. Set the pits on fire.
Indeed. The pits are lava.
Looks like Butler is pitting. That could end up being a very good decision if he wants to have fresh tires to use for the end of the race, but it could end up being bad if there is no pit window. I guess we'll see. Because if there is no pit window, of course he'll have to pit again, which is 30 to 40 seconds just down the drain there. Oh, probably more than that actually, because Barcelona, my apologies, has a very long pit. So if you want to pit here, you're going to have to really want it.
Remember, kids,
Coming
pit
up.
early and pit often.
Yeah, and don't remember to pit out. Coming around turn 16. Doesn't look like either one got a run on each other, or the other one. So looks like that's going to be pretty safe. Oh, there is a pit window, so oh, Butler. That might end up being a devastating maneuver, although maybe if he had an accident, he might need it. Still watching the battle for second between Matt Higgs and Murray Iwanchuk. This will be interesting because this is the first time I've seen Matt actually race aside from in practice, and gotta say, maybe I should start talking a little bit less shit about him when we're on the air, because he can put his money where his mouth is.
Yeah, it's boring when you talk motion.
That's true, that's true. Well, with your blessing, I think I'll do that.
Okay.
That's more fun anyway.
Come on, you can't even beat stuff, man. What's the deal here?
Yeah.
There's 93 horses in the back of his car. It's ballast.
Yeah, come on. You couldn't even... You stuff. I don't know. You're a bad driver. Ha. How do you feel about that? So we have first taker on the pits. Picha. Smart choice. John Butler's still in the pit, so he must have some real problems with his car. Not sure what's going on there, but he can't be happy, whatever it is. Over a second taker, Wayne Hutchinson. Looks like everyone's coming into pit immediately. It's probably a smart choice. We're almost halfway done. Personally, my strategy is to try to pit as late as possible so you can make the most use of the fresh tires when you have them, because oftentimes I find the fights can really heat up during the end of the race, and being able to have that edge is helpful. But then again, you gotta sort of see if you're willing to wear your tires a little more in the beginning to get that extra advantage. It could be I'm just crazy. It's certainly possible.
I mean, you can be also crazy.
It's true. More and more people taking opportunity to use their pit stop. Got another little battle. This is not for position, so it is. I believe that's Heroes? No. Who is that? Is that Stokes?
Could be.
No, not Stokes. Must be Anderson. Okay, so this is definitely not for position. James Butler trying to put the hurt on Andrew Anderson. I'm not quite sure if he's going to be able to get it done considering the opponent, but... So this must be his second lap down or first? I'm not sure. It could easily be a second, actually, considering that rather abysmal pit stop. I'm still not sure what happened there. Maybe we'll find out at the end, but I'm sure we'll hear it in the Discord somewhere.
I'm assuming that he had 4 or 5 live woodchucks in the car loose and had to get them out.
Oh. Maybe I should rewind and see that. I want to know how that happens. Okay, back up to look at our friend Matt Higgs. Murray Iwanchuk still right on his tail. They're about the same spacing as they were the last 3 times we checked. Really brave of Matt to take the charge and wear that ED pill livery. Truly a hero of our time.
Very well could be. But a true hero would definitely try and win and not be 20 seconds down.
That's true, yeah. Second place is, as they say, second place is just the first loser.
Correct.
I mean, third place, that can still be a winner, but second, no.
Yeah, third place, at least you got something, right?
Yeah, right. I remember in elementary school they used to say first is the worst, second is the best. I think that's just, I think it's really just shifted one too many, so it should be second is the worst, third is the best.
Second is the first worst.
It's true. Speaking of that woodchuck story, I remember hearing of a rally driver who had a bird come into the car when it was sucked in through the roof scoop.
Oh man!
And the co-driver, it hit him right in the face, and I think he broke his nose, and he had to try and get it out through the window. And I forget who it was that happened to, but. Maybe Matt Higgs knows a thing or two, or who is it? Butler? Yeah, Butler. Let's look at a good driver. Spencer Samios versus John Picha.
Gonna squeeze the peach.
Squeeze that peach. Ew. I immediately regret saying that.
So like twist his dick.
Yeah. I think, maybe. I don't know.
Yo,
We just have it.
twist.
Ew. Wonder what the first person who thought of that was.
What was that?
The dick twist.
I have no idea.
It's like you know that might be fun.
I have no idea. But
Says the guy.
funny. If you haven't seen the clip of the guy in the MMA fight.
I haven't. Is that a clip?
Yeah, it's a totally a thing. There's this guy standing in the seats for some sort of MMA event, and this guy happens to be. I don't know if it was totally staged or what the fuck. But
I mean, knowing MMA, maybe.
Sorry, what?
I don't know. I said maybe.
No, well, they're definitely at some sort of event, and this guy stands up in the kind of the back row and just like twist his dick. And the guy's like, "Oh, on, dude, you're at an MMA fight." Twist his dick. And the guy's like, "Twist the dick," and the old dick twist. It's like, I don't know.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. So.
Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh, Spencer Samios making a bold move, shoving Toby Howard out of the way and going for the gold. John Picha not happy, I imagine.
I would say not. As a matter of fact, I think something flew up in the background there. I don't know if it was a flag or what.
Our replay doesn't go back far enough. Bummer.
Madness.
There's a flag on the play.
Yarp.
That's gonna be worth some penalties, I think.
Something gonna have to look at some stuff.
That's true. Looks like some got lost in translation during the pit. Murray Iwanchuk lost a substantial amount of ground to Matt Higgs.
Madness.
So unfortunate. But now Higgs has to navigate his way through these Aston Martins of John Picha and Toby Howard. Catalunya, very entertaining track, but unless someone lets you buy like Picha just did, there's not a whole lot of great passing period opportunities. We'll have to see how Iwanchuk navigates that all. I suspect he's going to get let by. Yeah. John Picha being a sportsman. What a man. Well, now we're slightly over halfway over. Now's a good time to take a look at the timetable. As you can see, our Lord and Savior Mike Stoffmeal out in the front, just as Scott intended. Matt Higgs taking up second, Murray Iwanchuk third, Andrew Anderson fourth. The McLarens together with Wesley Stokes, Max Simons, Young in the Aston Martin pulling up in seventh, Christopher Streppen in eighth, Barker ninth. Doing actually very well with NSX. Like I said earlier, it was kind of a mixed bag, that car. So he's found a niche, it looks like. Dragon Versalco on 10th, running up at top 10th. Spencer Samios and John Picha for 11th and 12th. Javier Torres, Mike Stoffmeal's teammate, rounding up 13th. Wayne Hutchinson in 14th. Car Heroes 15. Oh, never mind. Car Heroes 16. Butler 15. And Toby Howard rounding out our field of 17 race cars here at Barcelona.
Indeed.
Oh, so Car Heroes got passed because he pit outside the pit window, which means that probably that will not count. We'll see if it does, but I suspect he's going to get disqualified. Same with Christopher Streppen, Wesley Stokes, and Andrew Anderson. If these numbers are correct, it looks like every single one of those guys is going to get disqualified. That's what we saw happen in round 2 at Zolder. This is really a devastating blow to the Team McLaren because everyone except for Christoph is a McLaren. So potentially they're going to get no points in the championship if they get DQ'd.
That seems like a strange rule to have.
Yes. Yeah, if you miss the pit window, getting disqualified.
Self.
It's like a battle between car heroes and Javier Torres breaking out. Let's take you there live. Oh no, Wesley Stokes. Not too much happening currently. Looks like everyone's kind of spread out. Even the close battle between Matt Higgs and Mert Iwanchuk appears to have dissipated slightly. I'm not entirely sure. I believe someone explained this to me, but what is the red numbers? I'm not sure what those are about. Oh, you know, I think that's amateur drivers. I think that's Yeah, no, I'm going with that. Javier Torres getting passed by, it looks like, Butler or Versalco? Nope. Oh, well, one else fails. Look at Iwanchuk. What's going on here?
Get him.
Coming up to Samius. Nice clean pass. Not much to say about that. Although reeling Higgs back in, down to 2 seconds, down from 3.5, I believe it was last lap. So either Higgs is falling off his peak a little bit, or he's maybe pit too early, but we'll see what's going on.
I think probably what the problem is they're just not pushing the gas pedal hard enough.
Could be. Maybe he's been kicking too much ass, his foot is sore, so he can't press the pedal as hard.
These are possible features that you too can experience.
In the ESR GT3 League. Yeah, so it appears the Team Mclaren has not successfully made their pit obligations, so that's gonna be not great.
Agreed.
Unfortunate. But what can you do? Let's hop on board with Max Simons. He's having a look up the tailpipe of Wesley Stokes.
Giggity.
Ooh, Stokes taking turn 9 very, very wide. That's going to open the door for Simons, who's going to just close it real tight there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, bud. We're going to drive these racing cars. We're going to make the big zoom zoom, don't you know?
Heck yeah, get your 2.4, sit back and hit that gas pedal.
It's super easy. All you gotta do is press the wheel, or press the pedals, turn the wheel, and just be a little faster than the other guy.
Exactly.
It'll be pretty easy. He's a hoser. That was my Canadian cousin. Sorry, I don't know where he came from.
Also, if you're not
So
watching Lamborghini, then you people have screwed up.
It's true, it's true. Shout out to Rad Unicycle 47. One of my Steam friends who's playing a game now.
You think this is a motherfucking game?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Looks like Samus is having a great lap, down 8/10 off his best. I don't know where he made that up, but he's rocketing through this course. I don't know what his best lap previously is, but still holding on. Down a little bit to 5/10 under. So he went purple, but not as much as I'd hoped. Damn it, Samus.
Super purple.
Pick yourself together. Put yourself together. God damn.
Figured out.
Figure it out. Looks like all the Aston Martins are having great laps. Young, also 6/10 under on this most recent lap. And then that turn was awful, so he's losing it. Oh well.
You're fired.
Oh, looks like Ewan Chuck is right back on Higgs's tail. Let's use the ESR Helicam to get in on the action. Wow, are there 2 helicopters here? Amazing.
It's possible.
Ewan Chuck breathing down Higgs's throat, but couldn't get a good run out of turn 11, looks like. We'll see if he can pick that back up. I suspect he will. Okay. Let's look at Dragon Versalco making a similar move in turn 1 on Mr. Barker. It's interesting because this is the section of the track that the NSX would probably have the greatest advantage. So to see if he can capitalize on if he can hold on long enough to capitalize on it later, or we'll see. Yeah, we can see John Barker has moved up. Oh, getting a little squirrely. Oh, there goes Versalco. The Dragon not able to put all those horses down. Let's look at that again, just to laugh at him a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. Looks like he just let it go a little bit too far, and well, that's the problem with those Porsches. All that rear weight bias, because the engine's in the back, so all that rear weight bias can really mess you up when it's time to get out of those corners. Gotta be careful.
I would agree. Unless, of course, you want to end up on a replay, in which case, just be reckless as hell.
Yeah, then go for it. Yeah, what do you got to lose? Other than the race.
I mean, that's true.
No one cares about that. You know who I haven't checked on in a while? Murray Iwanchuk.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
Push-ups.
What? He's a push-up. Wow. I didn't expect that. What a man. Wow. So hasn't he passed Matt Higgs yet?
Too busy.
Oh, okay. He was able to hold on this while doing push-ups. Imagine what he can do when he stops. It looks like the spread is getting pretty wide between all of our drivers. In few instances, we have multiple laps between them. So it looks like Barcelona, Catalonia has been very punishing today.
I would agree, but I don't see enough corpses, so, I mean, that needs to happen.
It's true. Well, not yet. We still have 13 minutes. It's very possible.
These are true statements.
I'm looking in the crowd. I see plenty of potential Corsas. E1 Chuck taking another 10th out of Higgs in this last sector, down from 7/10 to 6th. 6th, not 6th. But he's been in this position before and not able to make it. Although they are coming up on Versalco in the Porsche. I don't think either of those Audi or Lamborghini have enough guts to make up that ground, so they're gonna have to pass under the twisties, which that could be either great for Matt or terrible for him. Oh, it looks like Wesley Stokes got a drive-through penalty for abusing the track limits. Let's hop on board and see how they navigate this obstacle. Oh! I can hear the Jaws theme playing in the background. Dun-na, dun-na, oh, looks like a blue flag's being waved. So Versalco's getting a blue flag to let Matt Higgs go by. He's not getting the message, looks like. He is a back marker, so I'm not entirely sure why he's not doing it. Going a little wide, still getting blue flags. Matt's going to have a look on the inside, and Versalco isn't going to defend it. Ooh, E1 Chuck squeezes by. And that happened without incident. I'm disappointed. No one got put in a wall. There's no crash. What the heck? Coming up on our last 10 minutes here. Not much has changed. We do have a little bit of shuffling. Looks like John Peach is up to 11th. Not sure if that might be Javier Torres' fault. Car Heroes is moved into 16th place. Looks like we've lost someone. I don't know who was number 17 that left, but not one of the McLarens, which is one I would expect.
I don't.
I wonder if Car Heroes has gotten stuck in the pits somehow. Or maybe he's just waiting for the race to end. That's certainly a possibility. In any case, not of our concern. Coming up on another back marker, Matt Higgs is. It looks to be Toby Howard. Probably won't be too much of an obstacle, but you never know. This back section can be really, really tense. But Toby Howard's going very, very wide. Looks like there's not going to be an incident. Boo! I was told there'd be action.
Need pass.
So as we enter our 29th lap, Matt Higgs again leading Murray. Apologies, E1 Chuck. Only got his gap back up to a second and a quarter almost. Looks like Murray got the bad end of that deal when they were passing Toby Howard. Although he's still losing a bit of time, so I wonder if Murray's just falling off a little bit. Both very competent drivers, although Higgs is certainly not one to make mistakes right now. Tip of the hat.
Could be.
Clearly, Stockmill thought he was too far ahead, so he went over to Matt's place and is helping him now.
This is the same guy that was winning a couple of different races and got on the YouTube live chat with us.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a possibility.
Oops. Yeah, I'll bet you Matt has a parsec window open that he's just like, and he's on with Stockmill, just saying, "Hey, hey, I'm in trouble. E1tech's gonna catch me. I gotta look good on this stream. So can you help me?" And Stockmill's like, "Sure," and he pops over and
I wouldn't put it past him.
gives him a hand or a handy.
Ooh.
Not sure which. We'll see, or maybe we won't. Hopefully not.
That'll get us kicked off YouTube.
Yeah. So I'm kind of a little curious as to what the rules are for disqualification in this series. I'm not actually sure what consequences that has, because if it was complete, if you just lost all your points for that race, like I thought you would, then there'd be no point to continue running because they missed their pit window. But Anderson, Stokes, and Heroes are still running, although I guess Heroes is still in the pit, so maybe he's not technically running. So I suppose we'll find out at the end of the race. Alright, I'm bored of looking at Matt Higgs. Let's look at Max Simon instead.
I mean, that's a paint job. I mean, once you've seen it, that's all you really need. Just one time.
Yeah, I feel like I'm being subliminally advertised at. I feel like I can just see his face through his visor, that smug grin. I kid, of course. I've never seen Mr. Matt Higgs in person.
I hear. Oh, but only weighs 20 pounds.
Oh, really?
And he had legs that made seagulls look like weightlifters.
Wow. Twiggly legs. Sounds like he would do great in a Johnny Depp movie. Who's ahead of Simons here? I think Butler. Alright, time for our minutely check on Murray Ewanchuk and Matt Higgs. How's it going, boys? Same as always? Alright. You know who we haven't seen in a while? Our Lord and Savior.
I was going to say, nobody's seen Stockmill the entire race. Except us.
How's it going, Stockmill? The helicopter's not even keeping up. Who's he coming to see next? Wayne Hutchinson and Young. Although the director is telling me that DePicha has been setting some pretty blistering laps. They're not telling me what those laps are, but he's saying that Picha set the best session lap 4 laps in a row. So I don't know how that works.
Well, what you gotta do is just gotta put that gas pedal down and go faster. Also, it appears it might be ready.
Yeah, we got a couple of droplets. Luckily, we only got 4 minutes left, so there's not going to be a whole lot of time for puddles to form, but might get a little bit slippy.
Will we see horrendous carnage before the end of the race?
Here's hoping.
Indeed.
I got a lot of money riding on it. And by a lot of money, I mean 0 money.
Oh, what's the over-under on timestamps per crash?
Ooh. Probably not good. We haven't had that many accidents this race. Race director tells me less than 20.
Well, that's no good. Those the rookie numbers. We need to pump those numbers up.
Alright. Stop wheel coming up on Young and Hutchinson? Yes, that was it.
HR Hutchinson stuff.
Nice clean pass on Hutch. Alright, Higgs, what you up to?
Falling from
Well, actually making some... Yeah, but also leading the charge against D1 Chuck a little bit. Got the lead back up to 2.5 seconds, 2 3/4 seconds really.
Ooh.
So it might be enough to unless Murray can pull a rabbit out of his hat. Looks like there's not going to be too much of a chance. Let's pop in on Simons.
Currently on
Only
his
2 seconds.
32nd illegal lap.
Coming up on Anderson. Although Anderson's going to get DQ'd anyway, so it doesn't really mean much.
If you're going to get DQ'd here, I would recommend just fight the race director, because you might win and then trial by combat. That's how that works.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What kind of combat?
Well, I mean, you have to make the challenge, but then the steward gets to pick the stipulation.
Oh, I hope it's a trial by verbal abuse.
That would be dope. There's actually a video game out there called "Oh Sir, You Are Being Insulted" or something like that. And
oh, really?
You get to, the more you play, the more words you unlock.
Creative insults.
And so
very
you
nice.
can be more and more creative with your insults, and you deliver combo insults.
Very, very nice.
It's like one part Scrabble and one part RPG.
That sounds really fun.
I played it a couple times.
What did you say it was called?
I believe it's
Oh, sir,
you are being insulted.
Oh, sir, you are being
let me
insulted.
Open up my Steam library here.
Your Steamy library.
Not to take anything away from the race in the last 42 seconds.
It's okay. I don't think anyone's missing anything too drastic. Oh, it looks like Matt Simons.
Oh yeah.
No, just kidding.
Oh sir, the insult simulator.
Oh, sir, the insult simulator. All right.
Yeah.
Good to know. Last second. Javier Perez Torres. Looks like passing Wayne Hutchinson. What happened?
I do not know Renee's name. Javier Perez Torres coming in for the big win.
Unfortunately, that's not quite the case.
Time to start the comeback.
Looks like Stoffmeal is just about a third of the way through his last lap. Not too much going on. We could always fall back on A1 check and Higgs. Let's do that.
Go for the gold.
I don't know what happened to E1 Chuck. Perhaps we should have been watching a little bit closer, but he's way down on Higgs.
Yeah,
about 6.5 seconds.
Go through waves of catching up and falling back and catching up and falling back. Right now, catching up.
Will it be enough to get back 6 seconds on one lap? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think so, but you never know.
Come on, E1 Chuck, you can do it.
Check him out.
We're down to 5 seconds. Oop, a little stutter there. So, Stoffmeal has passed the finish line. Looks like Toby Howard's next. Actually, that's not true. I don't know. What am I on?
You are on the Quaaludes.
I don't know what that is, but sure.
It's a 70s drug.
Ah. Looks like E1 Chuck and Higgs cross the line. Pick second, Iwanchuk third.
And surprise rookie, Mike Stoffmeal, pulling off his first big win in spectacular fashion.
I know, it's pretty amazing. It's, you know, I never would have expected this outcome, but props to Mike for coming from behind and pulling out the victory.
Indeed. All the applause to that guy right there.
Golf claps. Yep. Looks like we got some disqualifications for missing pit stops. Wesley Stokes already left. I didn't catch that, but Anderson got his. It's true. Andrew got his black flag. Heroes is still in the pit, but I assume he's going to get a black flag anyway.
Black flags for everybody.
I love that game. Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Whoa. Is that where you go around collecting cans of bug spray?
Yes, it's that.
Excellent.
So our race winner, Mike Stoffmeal, with a best lap, 144.883. Everyone's crossed the line. Let's take a look at our timetable. As you can see, pretty even spread. Kind of really even mixed with the cars too. The Aston Martins having a little bit better of a race than they did last time. A little more spread out. Porsches are all over the place. Our only Bentley, driven by Christoph Verstappen, is down in 14th. Anyway, we'll just run through the order real quick. First place, Mike Stoffmeal. Rounding out the podium, we have Matt Higgs and Murray Iwanchuk. Fourth is Max Simons, followed by Zhong Yang. Sorry, I lost my place there. In sixth place, we have Barker, followed by Versalco and Samius. Longtime runner Picha is number 9th. Wayne Hutchinson rounding out the top 10. Javier Torres, 11. John Butler in 12th. Toby Howard in 13th, pulling off a little bit of a comeback there. Very nice. Christopher Streppen in 14th in the Bentley. And finally, Car Heroes in 15th. Although, I suspect the only reason he hasn't got disqualified is because he didn't technically finish the race. He's still in the pits. Unfortunately, every single member of Team Mclaren getting disqualified for not hitting the pit window correctly. Unfortunately, seems like a rerun of Zalder, where we had some pretty promising lap times, but sadly, wasn't meant to be.
I blame cultural differences.
Culture differences? Solid choice. I don't know what differences to which you're referring, but
being intentionally
I respect it. I see. You should write screenplays.
I'd probably make a lot of money doing rom-coms.
Ooh, rom-coms.
They're pretty vague.
I love those. Yeah, super vague. Anyhow, doesn't look like anyone's doing any donuts today. What a shame.
They're...
I feel like I'm getting ripped off here.
I'd like to thank everybody
Anyway.
for coming out, whether or not they delivered legal laps.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully, we'll have just as good a race next week, or next week after next.
All the races all the time.
Everyone.